All right. Hello, YouTube. I haven't streamed on YouTube in quite a while. It's been quite a bit of time since I've been on here. I do stream a lot on Facebook. I'll post my link to my Facebook page. It's right here on top, right there. And so today we're gonna do an art stream, and I've done this once before on my Facebook page, and this is the creation I ended up making on Facebook. This weird conglomeration of God knows what. I call it Smiling Cyclops. That's the current name of it right now. But now I'm going to be doing it again here. Um, I'm going to be doing it again here. Let me pull up the iPad screen. Here we are. And I'm going to be making this piece again. This time cleaning it up a little and seeing what we can do. And I think what we're going to do, we're going to put this in the full screen here. I think I'm on the pencil. Yep, I am. Get rid of that. I'm going to start with that little piece that we have here on the right. Going to start with a nice little thing here. Let me put my references up on the screen here, and we'll start this thing up. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know how I can make that smoother, but it is what it is. I'm not going to be doing any erasing at all for this piece. So that's what we're going to do. There's also on the top right corner, there's like a one of these types of things. We're going to keep that the way it is. Going to close that up. Gonna do that. Let's try making like the big piece into like an oval or a circle. Let's do it like this. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll have the little extension. Sorry, let me put this thing on Do Not Disturb so you don't see my political notifications on here. Do the same with my phone so you don't hear it going off. So we have that. We have those. Let's do like a little extension piece all the way over here. So this is pretty similar to what we had. Almost like what we had, with the exception of the first thing I drew. So let's keep that the way it is. We had like a light purple color. So let's bring that in. Let's do the sliders instead, because what did we have? Oh, we think we did. No, that wasn't it. I'm looking at the old piece here, the first draft of this thing, and I had the color in mind. Let's change it a little bit. We're gonna do a little bit more. I think this is pretty close to what it was before. So let's bring this back in and start working on this. Let's when I did the original piece, the oil painting was on glaze, but I think this time I want to do it on round. So let's do that. See how that looks. That looks pretty decent. Oh wait, actually, I better create a new layer for this piece, for that piece there. Okay, so now we're going to be going on here. We're not going to be doing the lines yet on. We're not going to paint on the pencil lines yet. We're just going to work on what we can through this here. Let me turn off. I need to go into OBS. Let me turn off the mic for just a second. I need to make an adjustment for it. There we go. That should be better. Just make sure that the microphone was pointed at my mouth so you could hear me properly. So we're doing this, filling in all the empty spots here. Gonna be very careful doing on the thing here. And again, if you weren't here for the Facebook live stream, the art stream, I'm doing this all on an iPad with an Apple Pencil using Adobe Fresco. So in case you're wondering what I'm using here, and I use this a lot to create the artwork. And once I finish this piece, this is going to go up on my Patreon page, patreon.com/KyleHancherik. I'll leave a link for that at the end of today's stream. But for now, let's fill all of this in. This purple piece is going to cover pretty much all of the pretty much everything up here. We're gonna zoom in on this a little bit. I should silence the computer as well, because I'm getting alerts on that. I'm gonna put some music on here just so that I can hear it. Otherwise, YouTube will copyright it, and I won't be able to really do much with this live stream here. But I like listening to weird music while I make weird art. So I'm gonna turn this up a little bit so you can get a glimpse at what I'm listening to here. This is a avant-garde group called The Residents. They've been around for a long time, since the 1970s, making really weird experimental music. I actually just discovered them like a couple of months ago, and I like listening to them while I'm doing the art stuff. So I'm gonna have this playing in the background. I'll keep it low, so that you can hear me if I decide I want to talk about something, or if I get any comments or whatever. So, continuing here, I'm going to doing this. So doing the background here, I'm going to keep some of those little stroke pieces right here. Keep them in because I like the character it gives these pieces that I make here. And I did that for the original draft of this piece as well, when I did this on the Facebook live stream. So keep those stripes up there. I like that. And then I'm going to strip this like this. I like doing quick strokes when I do my art stuff. There comes, certain points where I have to be extremely detailed, like I am right now with the pencil lines. This is on a different layer though, so it's probably not going to matter all that much. But I like doing the quick ones like this. I'm actually going to X out of this for a second and switch up the layers to see which one is on top, so I can see over here the pencil markings that I painted over in this piece. Yeah. Whoops. Didn't want to do that. But again, I'm not doing any erasing on this piece. That's the challenge for today. So if I make a mistake, I have to correct it some other way. I always think of those old, am I in the right layer here? No. I am now. Keep it like this. That's good. I like that. Now we're doing down here. Let me switch hands here. Sometimes I'm a lefty writer. Sometimes I switch over to right hand to get some more unique details into some of my artwork. I got that from an art therapist that I'm seeing right now. Sometimes I like to mix things up on that front. But now I'm back to left. Get more broad strokes in. Coming down here, see if I can get something a little bit more solid. Again, the music's playing in the background. I hope it's not too loud for you. That looks good. That looks more solid to me. So, I'm filling in all of this. So I'm going to be going up this way and around like through here, and I'm going to fill all of that up with purple. Just like the original piece. I'll be adding more layers to this as time goes on, keeping everything pretty standard here. So if I paint over, as you can see, I'm painting over some of the lines that are in here. I hope I'm not too loud or anything. I just saw my gauge, my volume gauge on the interface that I have over here go red, so I hope I'm not too loud or anything. Let me know if I am. But in the meantime, I'm going to keep working on this. Well, the truth about, what I do as an artist is pretty much just, is just starting with the pencil pieces, as you can see, and then basically filling in the blocks. It's basically coloring, pretty much. And if it becomes something, then great. If not, then that's okay. We'll just toss it aside and do something else. Doing something else that's a little bit different. But for now, we're sticking with what we know here. So let's keep. And I do want to expand on what I do as far as my art goes, but for now, I'm still experimenting with this style of work. So that's what I'm doing right now. Let's fill this in let's fill this piece in here. So we have all this up here. That's all going to be purple. And then we're going to fill in the, we're going to paint over the, we're going to open up another layer after this. Go back to right hand for a second to, get some more broad brush strokes, I think. Bring that all the way over to the edge. Color that in. I've always been fascinated with abstract art. That's always been the kind of art that most... That's always been the kind of art that most... that I could most identify with, truthfully. And, so doing this kind of stuff is really my, like, entryway into experimenting with, making art generally. And of course, as you could probably tell, this is all done digitally, so I'm not really doing a ton, as far as, like, making a mess of anything. Unless you think that way about my art, in which case, that's fine, you know, different strokes and all. If you don't think I'm doing anything right, which I'm probably not, but this is all just experimenting. That's all it is. I'm not trying to please anybody. I'm not trying to put this stuff out onto museums or anything like that. It's just something I do to, you know, kind of feed the art beast that's inside of me if I'm suffering from, like, writer's block or something. Oftentimes art pieces will, oftentimes when I'm having trouble writing a song, I'll pull up the iPad and pull up the art app, which in this case is Adobe Fresco again, and I'll work on something, see if I can create something on that front. You know, again, the same exact way. Starts with the pencil, drawing and stuff, and then we go into and see if I can get something out of that, and then I put pen to paper on the song. So that's how I've been writing lately. That's how I've been enjoying doing that kind of stuff. Okay, I think we got all the purple in. And then in the middle of the circle here, on the original piece, I had something a bit more messy with the pencil stuff, but I'm going to try to clean it up a little bit. And, change the color back to black. And then bring that up. Do that. Trying to replicate this as much as I can. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it, but it's worth a try. Okay. And if you're wondering what that baby crying is, that's part of the song that I'm listening to. And bring this down here. I think that's pretty decent. It's starting to look a little bit more like a face. I kept that going. We're gonna create another layer on this front. And then keep things rolling. Up top here was like a brighter purple. So I'm going to bring that up. Bring up the saturation as well. That's good. So that's what we're doing here. Oh, this is pencil. I want to do the oil. There we go. Now we got it. We got this. Get this moving. This is really close to what we got on here. It's just a little bit on here already. We just it's just a little bit darker. Just to add a little bit something. On the original piece, it was actually lighter than this. It was more pink than purple, truth be told. But I wanted to make this purple. Change this up a little bit. And what we got here. And again, I got the weird music playing, keep me in the mood here. This really is what I like to listen to when I'm working on stuff. And then let's see, we missed one thing with the we got this here. We need to do one more pencil sketch here. That's it. And this stuff in here is going to be red. So let's pull up that again. Let's get that nice bright red going here. That's more like it. I don't even know which layers I'm on right now. All I know is that this is working. Oh, this was watercolor. The stuff in the middle was all watercolor. That's right. But I think I'm going to keep this the way it is. I'm going to adjust this, bring this layer up here, so that we're not sitting on that little scribble I just made there on the previous layer. Okay, so we got our red in there, and down bottom on the smile looking piece here, that was like a really light blue, like a sky blue. So I think we're going to lower the saturation here and bring that in. I like that a lot. I like this one. A little bit of smudge there. That's okay. I think that gives character to the piece, whatever it is I'm working on. Got all of this going around. Again, we cross the lines a little bit. We can fix that with layers. Again, what I'm doing here is I'm not erasing anything off of this piece. Any mistake that I made, this is like real painting, what I'm trying to do here. Whatever mistake I made is either going to be covered up or done whatever. If I wanted to make it like a really big challenge, I would have done it with only one layer. But I'm not doing that in this case. I'll do that next time. Next time I do an art stream, I'll do that. And I'm not singing it all today because I'm dealing with some minor voice issues that involved a really busy weekend, and so I'm working on taking care of those right now. That's why I'm doing an art stream today. That's why I'm not playing any tunes. Gonna keep it moving. This piece in here, this was like a darker blue. So let's do that next. Bring the saturation up, bring the brightness down. I think it was about there. So let's make that a thing. Oh, I like that. I like that nice bright, or nice, very saturated dark blue. Blue has always been my favorite color of all time. Although recently I've been doing a lot of painting with with that really bright red that you can see down bottom there. I really like that a lot. That's a really cool color. Ships is a going down. That's what's playing right now. A Resident song called Ships is a Going Down. In case you just joined us, I am listening to avant-garde music right now while I work on this really weird abstract art that I'm working on. And that's been my process for a while with all of this here. All of this that's going on here. I've been live for about a half hour now, and actually almost a half hour. So I think I'm gonna finish up what's here in the middle in the circle, and then I'll close up shop and work on the rest of this. On my own time a little later tonight, and then put this up on Patreon. If you're interested in that, if you stick around, I'll leave a link to the Patreon stuff. This one I wanted like a mustard color. Let's we got that. Here we go. We got this now. Yeah, give this like a mustard color. And the little piece in there, that's going to be like a brighter greenish. That's what we're going to make it. That's what it was in the original piece. This is basically cleaning up an old piece in case you're just joining us. We're just cleaning up an art piece that I had started on a Facebook live stream last week. And now we're fixing it up, see what we can do with it in the amount of time that we have. Let's make it like this type of green, and we'll fill in this spot right here. Okay, what do we have now? We're missing like a darker green piece from the original piece here. And I think what we're going to do with that, we're going to go back to this layer. We're going to go back to the pencil. We're going to make the dark green like up here. Yeah, just get a little shape like that. That should complete what we had in here already. And it is sort of cleaned up on this front. We did change a couple of things around, but we're still doing good. This one was a darker green, so let's do that. Here, oops, that's pencil. Get up to the top layer. And now we're back. Here. Smudge with the blue a little bit, that's okay. We got this in here. Okay, so we got that. We got the little face-looking thing in there. Now we're going to make it dark red. That dark red is going to be filling it up. So let's go to our red. Bring the darkness down. Maybe saturation? No. Keep the saturation up at around the 80s or so. And then we're going to fill in the rest of the circle with that dark red. We're on oil. Okay, so we're good. Do that. I should have added another layer to it, but I don't feel like it. I like the smudges. I like the smudges that we make with wet paint. That's really cool. I like that. Next time I do an art stream, which I'm not sure when I'm going to be doing another art stream. I do stream once a week, twice a week if you count both YouTube and Facebook. When I'm able to. But when I do, I do a whole bunch of different stuff. Oftentimes I'll play like new songs that I'm working on. Sometimes I'll do art pieces. I want to do gear reviews as well. Sometimes I just talk. Sometimes I'm gonna see about playing a game. I have a Nintendo Switch in my office here that I use during my off time. That I could find out how to hook it up to the computer. I'll probably have to buy like an Elgato in order to do that sort of thing. But we'll see what kind of stuff we can expand with on the streaming on YouTube, as well as on Facebook. I also want to do some stuff occasionally on Instagram and Periscope as well. But those are not like I can't really hook anything up with them unless I use like a Restream.io type thing. But I don't have a ton of access to that. I don't have the money to pay for like the premium thing. I could do it using the free version of Restream.io on stream on YouTube and on my Facebook page, but that costs money in order to do that. So I'm not doing that in this case. I'm just doing this. I tried hooking it up. I had heard about it from some other streamers that I watch, but that is not the case here. Okay, let's fill up top here. Keep that up. And then after I'm done filling up the circle with the red here, I'm going to trace over the pieces here with the oil paint on black, and then call it a day here. And then I'll finish up this piece in my own time, and then do all of that good stuff. So we got this here again, smudging with the blue. That's okay. I'm fine with that. I think it adds a cool effect, personally. Yeah, keep that going there. I like that. Okay, let's bring this up here like this. Keep as much of the blue smudge as we can, because again, I like that. There we go. Let's keep moving on up. Moving on up here. Again, with any mistakes were made, we're going to keep them in. I like the way they end up looking on the finished product. And we only have from here onwards to paint in. So we're going to do that. I haven't been streaming on YouTube in a while. I've been focusing most of my attention on Facebook because that's where my crowd is. But I do like working on YouTube a decent amount, and I want to expand the stuff that I do on YouTube to be more than just, the music stuff, more than just making the cover videos or posting videos online. I like the idea of creating like a YouTube community of sorts on that front. So I'm going to be doing a little bit more of an effort to do that. Do some live streaming on YouTube once a week, same as I do on Facebook. We'll see if we can get something there that'll stick, Let's fill this in. Okay, so we got all of the red in there. So now what we're going to do is we're going to change this color to black. We're going to create a new layer here. That's going to go up top. And then we're going to trace over all of our lines here. So just like this. That's what we're going to do. That's what's going to give, outlining this is what's going to give a good chunk of the character to whatever this painting will end up being. Normally I do this first, but decided not to, because by the time I thought of it, I was already well into coloring. Which is okay. We do it when we do it. Plus with the ability of digital painting to use like layers and stuff like that. That basically says we can do whatever we want in whatever order we want. So we got this. Let's fill this in here. Then down here, put this all over. This will be cleaned up a little bit in post-production, I think. We'll figure out how to do that and how to work with what we got here. This is probably not going to be a finished product or anything. It's just going to be something that is on the path to becoming a finished product. So we're going to worry about that when we come down to it. Alright, I think that's all of what's in there. Let's create this line. Nice clean swipe, I like that. That's good stuff. Then we're gonna trace up here. And we'll work on this, filling in this stuff on my own time. And this piece, when it's finished, will go up to my Patreon page. And look at that. This ended up very, very different from what the original piece was. And I'm sorry if you heard my pencil bump up against the mic there. I'm going to try to pull it a little farther away. Keep it going here. Gonna create a line there, because why not? That's not how it was intended to do, but when I was coloring in the purple, I missed that spot. So now it's going to be its own thing. We're going to create another color. That's going to go in there. And we're going to do the same down here with one quick swipe. And that's all we're going to do today. Let's put this in 100% there. And there is what we have so far for Smiling Cyclops draft number 2. So let me go back to OBS, taking a look at this, taking a look at what it looks like. So that's what we have so far. And once again, here's the original. So we were able to clean it up a tiny bit, do some stuff a little bit different, and I actually like it. I like how it came out. It's starting to look a little bit more like something, which is always nice to see. So again, this is the original, and this is what we have so far of draft number 2. So once this thing will get finished, it'll go up on my Patreon page, which you can see up in the top left corner there, along with my Facebook page where I do most of my live streaming. And I'm also going to take a sec to put up some shows. Let me turn off the music here for a second. Since we're done with that, we're gonna do. I do have a couple of shows coming up this weekend. I'll be doing a big Facebook live stream, big concert on Thursday, the 20th, starting at 7 o'clock. So if you want to join me there, again, right up here, my Facebook link is right up there. It'll also be in the description of this live stream. And on the 21st, I'm going to be back in West Milford, New Jersey, playing at Bellini for the second week in a row. The first week was a special Valentine's Day live stream, or a live show with my singing partner, Ronnie Caggiano, and we're going to be back again doing a regular set on the 21st. So that's what I have going on this weekend. I hope to see you at some of those shows that are coming up. I'll leave everything down there to see what we have in store for this weekend. So thanks again for tuning into this live stream, everyone. I'm gonna leave the shows up on the screen here after I leave, so you can check them out. And we'll see you next week. Let me see when I can live stream again. I do schedule these live streams in advance. So the next one is going to be on Monday, the 24th. That'll be the next time. And hopefully I'll be able to sing again. I only have the 2 shows this weekend. I won't be doing a ton of singing, so I won't be able to get fatigued or anything like that. So maybe I'll be showing off some new songs next week on YouTube, as well as on Facebook, where I'll be streaming again on the 27th. But in the meantime, join us in 2 days for the 20th on the live stream on Facebook, and 21st on Bellini at Bellini in West Milford, and then coming back on Monday for the next YouTube live stream. Right now, the time for the YouTube live stream is 4:45, but that is subject to change without notice. I was supposed to do today's live stream at 2:15 this afternoon, and instead I started at 7 p.m. So I'm stuck with that, but we'll be back. I'll try to be in a bit more of a timely manner. I do have a little bit more of a rigid schedule next week, so I won't be worrying too much about when I can come on and stream. It should be at 4:45 next week. But for now, I'm going to close out here. Thanks again very much for coming out, everybody. I'll see you guys either on Monday or Thursday online, or on Friday in person at Bellini. So I'll see you soon. Peace and love, guys.